Hello, my name is Jason, and today's session is in relation to networking. Now, this session is focused on both those that actually have current employment within Australia and those that are seeking to enter a particular profession or the workplace as a whole. So, this session is called Networking for the Business Professional and for the Job Seeker. Within this time together, what I really would like to cover is I'd like to talk to you a little bit about what networking actually is, and maybe also what it isn't. Then I'd like to just touch on why it's important and why you should do it. Then I'd like to give you some examples of how you can go about networking and how it can be really beneficial for your career and also for your personal life as well. And then finally, we'll look at some tools that can also help you in your networking um, endeavors. So, what is networking? Well, networking is simply creating a group of people that you have a connection with, and it's based on the question of how can I actually help my network, and it's not just based on what I can get. So there's this whole idea within this concept of networking that you need to be someone that gives and also someone that receives within networking. You can't just expect people to give things to you without some sort of mutual benefit. So networking is really founded on that. Why is it important? Well, it's really important for a number of reasons, but the main ones that I have identified here is that there are social benefits and there's also professional and business benefits. So when it comes to, I'll just start with the business and professional benefits. Uh, there's many different figures that get quoted, but it could be as high as up to 85% of jobs um, will be given to people that have connection and a network with that organization or with those hiring managers and so forth. So the first one and the most obvious one is employment opportunities. And this is both for people that have jobs and those that don't. So networking is a reputation building tool. You might be the best accountant, you might be the best engineer, you might be the best IT person in the world. But if no one knows about you, then that's a real problem. So networking is a tool to take your market, being your skills and abilities, to the marketplace, that being the job market, for example. Some other benefits is that you can keep in touch with your customers. That's really important for a lot of businesses. Another really good thing about networking is once you push through the awkwardness of it, it can actually be quite enjoyable, and you can actually make some personal connections that can be quite fun and rewarding as well. Another one reason why networking is important is you can learn about other people and other people's career paths, and that can prompt a shift in careers. I distinctly remember times where I've been networking and people have told me about what they do in their jobs, and I have listened intently and shown interest in that, and that has really helped shape where my career has led as I've taken on that new information. The cornerstone or the thing that is so important with this whole idea of networking or getting a job or any of those things is the concept of likability. Now, I've made a pretty bold statement here that might not be that bold, but anyway, people do business and employ people that they like. So if, as you are thinking about all the different skills, and I come across a lot of different people from a lot of different nationalities and a lot of different cultures. And if one of the things and the traps that I feel that a lot of people get stuck in when coming into the Australian workplace is they have the educational requirements, they have the technical skills, but they lack likability or they lack the personality skills to be warm and attractive emotionally to other people. This is such an important thing. And there's a great book by Tim Sanders called The Likability Factor. And I would really recommend, if you think this is something that you need to improve, that you get a hold of that book and have a read of it. So again, Tim Sanders, The Likability Factor. Networking, I believe, is built on sort of three cornerstone things: openness, transparency, and some diversity. And those three things I really believe that build trust within our network. So openness to share information that you know, share your contacts. Transparency, being real, saying, hey, this is where I'm at, this is the type of job that I'm looking for, or this is my current skills. And diversity as well, getting to know different new people. So when you're thinking about getting started in this idea of networking, I just want to go over four areas that I think will help you. Prepare, connect, engage, and review. So prepare. So this is just saying, hey, who do I know, relatives, friends, co-workers, that I will be willing to assist me in this networking endeavor? Who would be willing to help me if I'm looking for a job? Who would be willing to help me with getting that job? And the other thing I would really recommend is, in order to network, you need to have some knowledge about what's going on in the world. So if you're going to a networking event where there's a particular type of people, do a little bit of research of what interests these people socially and personally. Um, you want to network and you want to be an interesting person. So read the news, get yourself abreast of current topics that are important to the people that you're talking to. The other thing in prepare that I haven't written there is that if you are networking for job purposes, be clear about the type of job that you want, and have a 10-second speech about why you think you want to be in that career. The next thing, connect. You need to go where the people are at. So every day that you're outside of your house, or even when you're in your house, is a networking opportunity. So be presentable, be ready to engage, whether it's, the mailman, it's your accountant, it's the place where you get your car fixed. They're all opportunities to network. Engage. So this means, push through that awkwardness with people. Just stand there and try to be genuine with them and try to make a connection with people. Once you break that ice, you can really develop a good relationship with people. Review. So if you've been to a networking event and you've promised something, make sure that you deliver on your promise. That's a really important thing. And the other thing to realize is that networking never ends. So there's always opportunities to network. Whether you're in your local library, you're in a shopping center, wherever you are is an opportunity to network. Really big thing, and I know that I've already said it about mutual benefit, but networking is not all about taking. It's also about giving. So you need to try and be as valuable as possible to your network. So if you meet someone at a networking event that's interested in a specific topic, and the next week you're reading the newspaper or a journal article or something that you think would be valuable to that person, just send them a quick message on LinkedIn or email and say, hey, I came across this, I thought you might be interested in it. Be valuable to your network. And then the other thing is, with networking, is you need to protect your network. So this means that if you have some strong connections that you know, and maybe significant business people or civic leaders, don't just give out their details to anyone. Only give it out to people that you have built up that trust and respect with. Because if you give out their details and they contact them and mention your name, that's going to damage your reputation. The predominant ways to network are, I guess, face-to-face and also electronically. So face-to-face has a multitude of options. There's many events and clubs that you can join, and industry groups that you can be a part of. For those that are working, especially within the Australian context, informal drinks on a Friday with your co-workers is not just thing that they do, but maybe you'd like to go along for an hour or two and deepen your relationships with your co-workers. They may introduce you to other people that they know at other companies, and your network will expand. Electronically, I'm a big fan of LinkedIn. I think it's a great tool to keep a track of your connections, see what they're up to, and it's a really easy way that people can see what you're up to. You can see what they're up to, and you can really keep a track of your contacts. So if you, we'll talk a little bit more about LinkedIn in a moment. The concept of blended here, I just want to talk to you about. So what this means is maybe you've met someone at a networking event. Then they've given you their business card. What you could do then is just send them a quick email or a LinkedIn message saying, hey, it was great to meet you. Thanks for taking the time. Love to stay in contact. So you're deepening that connection. LinkedIn. This is a really powerful networking tool. I don't think I would really use it in combination with meeting people face to face. So if you don't have a LinkedIn account, I strongly recommend that you set one up immediately. Have a look at some different people that you respect and have a look how they've set up their profile. I'll give you a few quick tips now, but maybe in a future session I'll go into a bit deeper about LinkedIn. So these 5 quick tips. Invest time in your profile, just like your CV and cover letters. These things take time. If you don't invest the time in it, and you put up a crappy LinkedIn profile with your name on it, it damages your reputation. You're better off not having a LinkedIn profile. So if you're going to do LinkedIn, be prepared to invest the time in it. Use a professional photo, not one where you're drunk or you're at the beach. Professional photo. Get someone to proofread your profile. No spelling mistakes or grammar mistakes on your LinkedIn profile. It's like a CV. When you send an invitation to someone to connect, you need to remind the person how they know you. If you don't know someone, I strongly suggest that you don't ask to connect with them until there is some connection to that person. And just remember that LinkedIn is a professional network. It is not Facebook. I would keep the two very separate. Personal stuff, Facebook, great. LinkedIn, this is the stuff that you want employers and your work colleagues and your boss to see. Here's just a few tips about networking skills. Don't get too stressed out. It's just meeting people. Don't think, I have to become a networker now and you become a robot. No, just be yourself, be natural. Be polite, be interesting, approach small groups, approach people, and just be yourself in this endeavour. A great additional thing that comes when you become good at networking is you improve your building or your relationship building skills, and you really improve your confidence as well. So really make the most of this opportunity. I think you'll really benefit from it. Here's some tips about how to improve your networking skills. I really would suggest to you, if you don't have an elevator pitch, just develop one that says, hey, this is what I'm looking for, this is what I'm about. And 30 seconds is the maximum. Again, remember that networking is a two-way street. It's not just about what people can do for you, it's about what you can do for them. So make things easy for them. Don't make it hard. Don't make them have to follow up. You be the one that takes the initiative and follows up. Tips for successful networking. I think if you're a person that's got a job, fantastic. Even if you don't, I think a business card that you can get done very cheaply yourself is a great idea. Make yourself memorable. So make yourself interesting. Read the news, read the sports, read different things, topical ideas. Think about the personal brand that you're sending out. So that's like how you dress, your hygiene, all of those things are important. Introduce yourself. Treat everyone with respect. So even, don't when you find out that someone's the boss of a company, treat them better than the janitor. No, treat everyone with a high level of respect. Don't be pushy. If someone doesn't want to connect, that's fine. and do what you promise. It's really important to do what you promise. Don't uh, over promise and under deliver. It's important to under promise and over deliver. Here's a list of some things to do or not to do when you're networking. One thing is, don't do all the talking. So you don't want to be the person that they remember that never was quiet. Um, don't look too needy, and try to remember people's names. I think there's some real key points. Well, that concludes our networking for business professionals and for job hunters, job seekers. I hope that you've taken some points away from this particular session, and if you have any questions, I'd love to hear from you. Thank you very much.